Hello everyone, and welcome to today's drawing time-lapse and studio sessions episode 16. Before I begin, I wanted to proudly share these amazing entries from last month's $1 coloring challenge. If you would like to participate this month for only $1, check out patreon.com/happydartist. I cannot wait to see your entries. Okay, so today's topic of discussion is not anything that anyone has ever asked me, but rather just a thought that kind of popped into my head, and I thought I would share it with you guys because there might be some misconceptions about this topic, and that is whether or not artists are born gifted or born with some sort of predestined talent and some sort of advantage over an average person. Are artists born gifted and already predestined to be an artist or predestined to be better at painting and drawing than anyone else? And my take on the subject is, first and foremost, I do not think that artists are born naturally gifted, but I do think that artists are born naturally different. And I'm going to spend this video kind of talking about what that means. First and foremost, I want to point out that there are many different trades in the world that probably do require you to be born with a specific advantage or a specific set of gifts. A great example is basketball. So if two people who both put in the same amount of practice and same amount of effort because they both want to be an NBA star, a professional basketball player, but one person had really tall parents and won the genetic lottery and was born predestined to be 7 feet tall, and another person who had the same desire and put in the same amount of work into practicing was born from two shorter parents, and let's say that person can grow to be a maximum height of, 5 feet. Obviously, the person who was born into a taller family who could grow to be about 7 feet will probably have a better advantage in becoming a basketball star, even if they both put in the same amount of work. However, I don't think art is that type of trait, meaning I don't think there needs to be any sort of special physical or athletic assets that you have to be born with in order to be excellent at art. In fact, I think becoming proficient in painting and drawing and any sort of art doesn't require any sort of physical advantage. This is just my opinion, of course. Obviously, let's say if you're born with 20/20 vision, you don't have to wear glasses or contacts. Maybe you'll have an easier time seeing your canvas. Or if you're born with, really, really flexible body and really comfortable back muscles, you won't have as much back pain. But I think all in all, the determining factor for the success and the accomplishments of an artist isn't based on anything physical or anything athletic. So therefore, I don't think you could be born with an advantage. I don't really believe in the concept of being born with a natural talent or a natural gift. I personally don't like to have that mindset because I think it's kind of a lose-lose situation, because if you believe you're naturally gifted, then you probably won't spend as much time practicing, going through all the tough, tedious tasks of practicing and doing exercises and harnessing that talent. And then on the flip side, if you don't believe you're born talented, you might too easily give up and just say, well, I wasn't born talented anyway, so I'm not destined to succeed in this field anyway, so why even bother? So that's why I never ever wanted myself to fall victim to that mindset. I never wanted to use a naturally born talent as an excuse to not try as hard, and I also didn't want it to be a source of discouragement for me. But I do think that artists are born different from someone else, and I think the difference lies simply in that artists are born naturally interested in art with some sort of curiosity and love and passion for the subject, and that's what drives artists to put in the work and the time to practice. Because if you ask someone who's not interested in drawing or painting to sacrifice their social life and just sit at home and draw for 3 hours every day, they probably won't find it very fun or enjoyable or entertaining. And they probably wouldn't, put their whole heart into it. But for someone who naturally has a love for it, the 3 hours they spend drawing will go much further than someone else who is practicing without that passion. So that's why I feel like, for example, we all go to the same types of schools. Let's say, for example, just for this argument's sake, we all go to public school. We all attend the same classes, have the same teachers, work on the same assignments, take the same tests. But certain people become better at different subjects. You might have a kid in your class who's really good at math, who's not as strong in like writing or history, or you yourself, you find there are certain subjects that you are naturally better at and you enjoy more and you get better grades in. And I think those little differences are what you're born with. It's just you're naturally born kind of predestined to have some sort of calling. At least this is, again, my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree with me. And not to get too philosophical here, but I'm just going to anyway. I think human beings are extremely adaptable and extremely unpredictable creatures. I think we live our lives with a combination of destiny and free will, in the sense that I do believe that everyone has some sort of calling, some sort of higher purpose in life that makes them happy. And there's really no logical or scientific way to explain why we love the things we love, the people we love, or why we gravitate towards certain life paths. But I also believe that, you're not predestined to go a certain path, or that you're not limited by something like destiny. I think, I see people change careers all the time. I see people fall in love with new things, with new people. And, human beings are limitless in their ability to grow and to change. So while I don't believe that artists are born predestined to be artists, I do think there is a small element of something inexplainable, something, I don't know, maybe magical, that makes all artists fall in love with it and makes artists stay artists. There's that famous quote that goes, "Every child is born an artist. The only problem is how to remain an artist once they grow up." And I think that a lot of people, when they grow up, they find other things in life that pique their enthusiasm more, that they naturally feel drawn to more, and they abandon, the art, because all children, grow up doodling and playing around with crayons. Yeah, and some people abandon that to pursue their life's purpose, to pursue their calling, or to go on their path. And for those of us who stuck around, there was probably some sort of unexplainable magnetic force that kept us so drawn to art. But, again, I don't think that natural enthusiasm would take us anywhere if we don't put in the hours and put in the work to really realize that love and turn it into, tangible results, tangible progress. So to conclude my ramble, thank you all so much for listening to me for this long. I don't think artists are born gifted, but I do think that artists are born, or perhaps are a product of their environment, but for some reason artists continue to love doing art, and that is what drives them and fuels them to continue to get better at it. But I really do not think that your progress or your proficiency or your worth as an artist is something that lies beyond your own control. I believe if you work hard and practice hard, you can definitely improve as an artist and control the path you're on. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you're interested in prints and stickers of this jellyfish girl hybrid, along with many other hybrid girls in the series, check out happyd-artist.com, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!